Good afternoon, one and all. I welcome all of you again to the lecture Advanced Software Engineering and Technology. In this, we are studying the modeling concept, and in that we are covering the data types, abstract data types, and instances. In previous lecture, we have discussed about data types in an abstract concept. So, is this presentation visible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. A data type is an abstraction in the context of programming language. Data type is abstraction. Okay. A data type has a unique name that distinguish it from other data types. It denotes a set of values that are members of data types. Example, instances of a data type. And define the structure and operation valid in all instances of a data type. We already seen the data types are used in type language to ensure that only the valid operations are applied to specific instances. Example in Java correspond to all the signed integer between minus 2 raised to 32 to plus 2 raised to 32. The valid operation on this type are all integers arithmetic operations. We, we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. All the functions and methods that have parameters of type int, example mod. The Java runtime environment throw an exception if a floating point operation is applied to an instances of the int data type. Example strung and floor. An abstract data type is a data type defined by an implementation. Just a minute. Hello. हाँ सर. बरं बरं मेसेज पाठवतो. ओके, ओके. Just a minute. Sorry for disturbance. Data type is an abstraction in the context of programming language. Okay. And abstract data type is a data type defined by an implementation independent specification. Abstract data types enable developer to reason about the set of instances without looking at a specific implementation of the abstract data type. Example of abstract data type are set and sequence, which can be mathematically defined. A system may provide different implementations of the set of abstract data type, each optimizing different criteria. Example, memory, consumptions, insertion time. These are the examples of abstract data type. However, a developer using a set of only need to understand its semantic and need not be aware about the internal representation of a sets. For example, abstract data type person may define the operation get name. This user define abstract data type. For taking the names, we can use the get name function, as well as one get social security number and get address. The fact that the social security numbers of a person is stored as a number or a string is not visible to the rest of the system. Such a decision are called as implementation decision. For implementation independent specification, we have to use abstract data type. Implementation independent specification. What is this? This means suppose we want the social security number. For that we assign one function. We define one function, and in that function we are taking the number, but we decide instead of taking int we have written a string to take the number. We will get the number. We will acquire the number from the social security number from the customers, from the employee or users, but that number will not understand to the system because of the data type which we are using, that is a string. So that is called as implementation decision. Implementation decision, where the data type is required int, but instead of that we are using the string. A class is an abstraction in object oriented modeling and in object oriented programming language. Class is an abstraction in programming language like abstract data types. A class encapsulates both structure and behavior. Unlike abstract data types, classes can be defined in terms of other classes by using inheritance. Classes can be defined as inheritance. Assume we have a watch that also can function as a calculator. Suppose we have watch and that is function as a calculator. Also for time, the class calculator watch can then be seen as a refinement of a class watch. You see, watch is one class and another class will be the calculator. This type of relationship between a base class and refined class is called as inheritance, because we have inherited from the watch class. Is it understanding? The
Yes, sir.
generalization class example watch, okay, it is called the super class, and the specialized class example calculator watch is called as subclass. In an inheritance relationship, the subclass refines the superclass by defining new attributes and operations. Suppose everyone knows about the watch, okay? We have a smartwatch. In the smartwatch there is a facility of calculator. Similarly, there another functions are available. Suppose we are taking the example of mobile phone, okay? Is this mobile phone visible to you? Is this mobile phone visible to you?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay. Suppose we are taking the example of mobile phone, and mobile phone is a class. Okay. The function of mobile phone is for calling, but there are many other classes. We can say that are the subclasses of this mobile phone superclass. Example, camera in mobile phone will be a subclass, and calculator will be subclass, email message box will be another class, WhatsApp will be another class. All these are the subclasses inherited from the mobile class. Is it understanding? Example, calculator watch define functionality for performing simple arithmetic that regular watches do not have. A superclass and subclass are related terms. The same class can be subclass with respect to one other and a superclass with respect to another class. You see, this is example. Watch, time date and set date is associated with calculator watch, calculate state and intercalculated mode. Input number. A UML class diagram depicts two classes, watch and calculator watch. In this diagram, watch and calculator watch, there are two classes. One is the watch and another one is the calculator watch. A calculator watch is a refinement of watch. This is refinement of watch. This is the subclass of this superclass, providing calculator functionality not found in a normal watches. This watch is providing the calculation facility which is not in a normal watches. It is this is the smartwatch. In UML class diagram, classes and objects are representation as boxes. These boxes, in these boxes we are representing the classes. This is the superclass, this is the subclass, and these are the objects of this class. With three parameters, the first compartment depict the name of the class and the second depict its attribute. First one is the name of class and these are the attribute of this watch class. The third is the operation. This third one is the operation, which operation we will do here. And the second and third compartment can be omitted from the brevity. An inheritance relationship is displayed by a line with triangle. This triangle gives us a relationship in between two classes. This is the triangle point to the superclass and the other end is attached to the subclass. This is the subclass and this is the in this box we are showing the operations which will perform on the calculator watch. Input the number, enter the calculator mode. This operation we can perform in the calculator watch. Okay, and this is the attribute calculator state. And in this watch, the time and the set date, we can set the date. This operation we can perform in this, and the relation in between these two boxes is the this watch is the association of this calculator watch. This is the symbol uh, we have connected to this watch because of the this is the superclass and this is the subclass of this watch. This watch is consist of not only the time but also we can calculate the numbers operation. We can perform the addition subtraction like this. Is it understanding superclass and subclass?
Yes, sir.
Superclass subclass is the inheritance of superclass. Inheritance of superclass which come out one function, similar type of a function from the superclass. When an inheritance relationship serves only to model shared attributes and operations, that is, if the organization is not meant to be initiated, the resulting class is called as abstract class. When an inheritance relationship serves only the model share attributes and the operation, that is if the generalization is not meant to be inherited, the resulting class is called as an abstract class. You see, this is a operations we can perform on this watch. Okay, so we can say this watch will be the abstraction of these attributes, abstraction of these operations. This is also calculator watch is the abstraction of this calculator state, enter calculator mode and input number. Means what are the things behind this calculator watch keyword, all these. Yes.
Yes.
Rahul. Rahul,
हाँ बोला ना सर.
mute your mic.
ओके सर ओके.
When an inheritance relationship serves only to model shared attributes and operation, that is if the generalization is not meant to be instead the resulting class is called as abstract class. There will be question
सर
for. Yes.
सर आमची लाईट गेली आहे सर. युपीएस ऑफ होईल माझं. मी मीटिंग लिव्ह करू का? माझं पीसी ऑफ होऊन जाईल आता.
Okay. Okay.
सॉरी.
Okay. You find recorded lecture will be there. There will be question what is abstract class. Okay. Filling the blank, there will be some options. When an inheritance relationship serves only to model shared attributes and operations, that is if the generalization is not meant to be a instantiate, the resulting class is called as abstract class. The abstract classes often represent generalized concepts in the application domain, and their name are for example, in chemistry, benzene can be considered a class of molecules that belongs to the abstract class organic compound. You see, is this diagram visible to you?
Yes, sir.
You see, this is the benzene ring in chemistry. Okay, and this is consist of some atoms. Okay, then these will be the inherited classes. CH will be inherited classes. There will be H, suppose CH. All these are the molecules, this is the molecules, carbon and hydrogen is the molecules is associated with this benzene ring. So we can say this benzene ring is the superclass and this CH will be the subclass. Similarly, we can say this is the example of chemistry. You know chemistry. Do you know this is example of chemistry? So this chemistry is the abstract class of this superclass and subclass. Similarly, there is one diagram, we will see that figure 2.9. The organic compound is a generalization and does not correspond to any one other molecule. That is, it does not have any instances. So this organic compound is a generalization and does not correspond to any other molecule. That is, it does not have any instances. So we can say this is the abstract class. You see this compound, you take one example of this compound, suppose CH is the organic compound, okay, and there is no instances. Suppose we will not able to make the separate of two classes like carbon and hydrogen, then that will be the abstract class. That will be the abstract class if we not able to make the uh, again generalized to that class. In Java, collection is an abstract classes providing generalization for all the collection classes. However, there are no instances of the class collection. Rather, all collection objects are instances of one of the subclasses of the collection, such as linked list. Linked list is the abstract class in Java, array list, or the hash map. Note that not all the generalization are abstract classes. You see, all the generalization classes like this is not abstract classes, but this linked list and array list and hash map are the abstract classes in Java. Similarly, the organic compound is the abstract class in chemistry, and we can say the benzene ring can consider a class of molecule, then belong to the abstract class. Example, watch class is not an abstract class as it has instances when modeling software system. A abstract class sometimes do not correspond to an existing application domain concept, but rather an introduced to reduce the complexity in model or the promote reuse. A class define the operation that can be applied to its instances. Operation of a superclass can be inherited and applied to the object of subclass as well. For example, in this figure 2.8, this watch, suppose this watch is a abstract class, then uh, time and set date. These are the this is our attribute and this is the operation we will perform on this watch. So this will be the abstract class. There is no inherited class or the generalized information in this. If there is like that, then we can say this is the separate class like this, and this will be the subclass of this watch superclass, inherited class. I think you have confusion about this inherited class and abstract class and superclass subclass. you keep in mind what is abstract class. There we will not make other classes again, only there will be their operation and their attributes. Then that class will be the abstract class. If there is a if there is a another subclass of that class, then that will be the superclass, and another segment of that class will be the subclass. A class defines the operation that can be applied to its instances. Operation of a superclass can be inherited and applied to the object of the subclass as well. For example, in figure, the operation set date set the current date of watch. It is also applicable to calculator watch. These are the uh, operations which we will perform on that. The operation enter calculator mode, however, defined in the calculator watch class, is not applicable in the watch class. A class defines the attribute that apply to all its instances. An attribute is a name slot in the instances where value is stored. Attributes have a unique name within the class and the type. Watches have a time and the date attribute. Calculator watches have a calculator state attribute. A object in an instances of a class object has an identity and store attribute value. Each object belongs to exact one class. In UML, an instance is depicted by a rectangle with its name underlined. This conversation is used throughout the UML, distinguish between the instances and the classes. You see this diagram, an example of abstract class. Organic compound is never instanted and only serve as a generalized class. The name of abstract classes are italicized. You see in this diagram, organic compound and benzene ring. This is the abstract class. These are the examples of abstract class only, because we can't generalize again to this class. Organic compound, therefore we can say that is the abstract of the organic compounds, like benzene ring or their another atoms. And also in this diagram you see the watch, the attributes are time and date, and operations which we will perform on this watch abstract class, that is set date. This is the abstract class of these two operations, and this is calculator watch will be the abstract class of calculator store, enter calculator mode and input. These are the operation, and this is the attribute of calculator watch. This we can say abstract class. Calculator watch is the abstract of these two terms, and this watch is the abstract of these two terms. But if we say this watch is a super class, then this is inherited class, subclass of this watch. Is it understanding? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, in this example, organic compound is a superclass and benzene ring is a subclass of this superclass. But we can say this is the abstract of this chemical compound, means benzene. Uh, an example of abstract class UML class diagram: organic compound is never instantiate and only serves as a generalized class. The name of abstract classes are italicids. Figure 2.10, you see this diagram, a UML class diagram depicting instances of two classes. Simple watch 1291 is an instances of watches, and calculator watch 1515 is a instances of calculator watch. Although the operation of watch are also applicable to calculator watch 1515, the latter is not an instances of the former. Simple watch 1291 watch is instance of watch. Simple watch, we can say the instance of this watch is the simple watch. Okay, and calculator watch 1515 is an instances of this calculator watch. Note that although the operation of watch are applicable to the calculator watch, to this calculator watch we can perform the operations. Calculator watch 1515 is not an instances of the class watch. You see here, this is the watch where we simple make we can see the time in this watch, but in this watch we can make the calculation. So with this calculator watch, this is inherited class of this class, but in this watch there is a function that is we can use for calculation purpose, but in this watch this function is not. In this simple watch we just view the time or set the time, read the time or set the time. Only these two performance, only these two instances are there. Is it understanding? But in calculator watch this is the subclass of this watch, but there are another options, another function that is we can use for calculation purpose. Calculator watch, instances of this calculator watch. Yes, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Then another class is the event class, event and message. Event class are the abstractions representing a kind of event for which the system has a common response. An event, an instance of an event class, is a relevant occurrence in the system. Event means the instances of event class. What are the things you will write in event class? That will be the event. Okay, we will write the event in the event class. And what is event class? Event class are the abstraction representing a kind of event for which the system has a common response. For common response we have to write event class. For example, an event can be a stimuli from an actor. Example, the watch user. Watch user presses the left button. A time out. Example, after 2 minutes, or the sending of a message between two objects. A sending message is the mechanism by which the sending object requests the executions of an operation in the receiving object. The messages correspond of name and the number of argument. The receiving object matches the name of the message to one of its operation and passes the argument to the operation. Any resulting are returned to the sender. Event class means the abstract representation for the common responses, and event is the instances of event classes, and the message, sending a message, is the mechanism which sending the object requesting the execution of operation in the receiving object. Message sending is the operation mechanism of sending messages. In this example, you see, this is suppose calculator watch and calculator watch. Okay, no, in simple watch we have seen one example of simple watch. Suppose we want to uh, we press the button, left button, then hours will be blinking our watch, and again suppose we press that button, we will jump to the minute. Again suppose we press that button, we will jump to the second. That is the operations in the simple watch. Okay, and suppose we press button 1 and the button second, then hours will be update, hours time will be said, that then we can say that is the event of our press button 1. Now our event class is to set the time. We want to set the time in our watch, then that is the event class which set time. For set time, what we have to do, we want to press the button, and that press button is the event of event class, means set time will be their event. And suppose we set and committed that time, we set that time, we save that time, that is the message we are passing from watch user. Watch user setting the message as setting the time into the watch, and then that process is the sending message, is the mechanism that we can say the message is correspond of the name and the number argument. The receiving object matches the name of the message to one its operation and passes the argument to the operation. Any resulting are returned to the sender. Example, in this figure, watch object computes the current time by getting the Greenwich time from the time object and the time differences from the time zone object by sending the get time and the get time delta messages respectively. Note, watch denote an unsigned object of watch class watch. Event and message are instances. They represent concrete occurrence in the system. Event class are abstractions describing group of events for which the system has a common response. In practice, the term event can refer to the instances of classes. This ambiguity is resolving by examining the context in which the term is used. In this watch user example of message sending, UML sequence diagram. This is the UML sequence diagram we have to draw in practical using Argo UML or the Star UML. In practical, we seen one software. In that software, we can use. I think someone sent message to me. Just a minute. This is the sequence diagram. The watch object send the get time. Get time. Watch user send the object get time. We have created, suppose, get time object, message to a time object to query the current Greenwich time. Greenwich time zone. This is the GMTT, is the Greenwich time zone. It then send the get time delta message to time zone object. This is the time zone object, this is time object, and this is the watch object. Okay, to query the difference, to add the Greenwich time. The dashes arrow represent the replies. This dashes line indicates the replies from this time zone, and this GMTT time zone is replies from this time zone. Message result that are sent back to the sender. Now you see, these are the objects: watch, time, and time zone. And these are the messages: get time, Greenwich time, get time delta, Greenwich time. These are the messages written from this time zone, Greenwich time, and watch user sending the message by pressing the button 2. Means what is time? He may checking time. You know Greenwich. Greenwich is the city which is situated in a US country. From there the time measurement is started. Zero point is there. Starting time measurement is starting from that location. You know, we seen map. In map there are lines. Just you see, Aurangabad map. Okay, this map is not visible. This okay. You see, is this map visible to you? Is this map visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, these are the longitude and these are the latitude. Okay, and where is our location? This latitude and longitude started from the Greenwich city, and the distance from here to here and from here to here, this distance we can measure with the help of time zone, with the help of, you see there are some lines. Okay, that is our exact location. uh, if we see in our mobile phone, there is a compass application. In compass application we can find our exact location. That is started from the Greenwich city. First they measured their locations. So there are latitude and longitude on the earth. Virtual, these things are virtually measured, and with the help of these line indications we can measure our time or distance in the form of a time from the particular city. Means how much time variation in Delhi and Aurangabad we can measure from this latitude and longitude. From this line we can measure. You see, suppose we search here Greenwich. That is at here, 0th location. From here the time measurement is started. We are in this directions. How much away from these latitudes, that will be our time. So these are the time zones, and in our example watch user suppose press button passing the message. Watch user passing the message through this press button to the object. This watch is the object, and after that another time object will receive the get time, and from this, according to the Greenwich time zone, we will get time into the watch. And suppose we want the time zone according to which time zone, then delta time zone, changing time will be sent through the time zone, and that will reach to the watch user. The In this diagram we are understanding the three terms: event, class, event, and message. Okay, the watch object compute the current time by getting the Greenwich time from the time object and the time difference from the time zone. There are two times: one is local time, another one is the Greenwich time zone. Means suppose you have watch, weird simple watch in your hand, and you suppose went to any other another country, suppose in Japan. Then your watch time will be different and their Japanese country's time will be different. If you visit to the international hotels, their watches are shown. Their watches you can find the international watches. There is the time difference. Time zone object by sending the get time. Okay, get time message will be sent and get time delta. This message represent. Watch denote the unsigned object of watch class. This is watch unsigned object of watch class. Event and message are instances. Event and messages are instances. They represent concrete occurrence in the system. Event classes are abstraction describing group of event for which the system has a common response. For common response, suppose we have make one group, then that group will be the event class. Event class and event and messages are the instances of event class. In practice, the term event can refers to the instance of or classes, instances or classes. This is ambiguity is resolved by examining the context in which the term is used. You see, many time we can say the watches. Many time we can say the classes and event are similar, but there is a difference in classes and event. Some similar kind of you see one example of mobile phone. For mobile phone, there is a uh, display on off button. Display on off button to everyone's mobile phone. I think it is present. Okay. So we can say that is the this button will be the event class. What happen after pressing that button? Message will be sent. Event will be start. Which event? Your mobile display will be on. After pressing the button of mobile phone, your mobile phone's display will be on. That pressing button is the event class, and after pressing which message will be transmit, that is the event for what you have pressed the button to make mobile on. Then on mobile will be the event and message after getting display on, that will be the message which we will get from the mobile phone. Is it understanding? If you have any doubt on this event class, event and message or abstract class, object and
No, sir.
classes, you can ask. I think you not understand. In next lecture it will be clear. Don't worry. Do you have any question, any doubt? You can ask. In today's lecture, we discuss about the classes, abstract classes and objects, event class, event and messages. If you have any doubt, any question on this, you can ask. then we will stop here. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.